Let's come onto our backs. We'll have the knees bent. You can rest your arms on the side, or you can place your hands on your belly. That might feel supportive. And if it's comfortable for you, close your eyes. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel your back on the ground, the lower back, the mid back. Maybe feeling the shoulder blades. The back of the arms. The back of the head. Let this next breath be a nice deep breath in. And exhale out of the mouth with a sigh, feeling all those parts releasing deeply into the ground. And then the inhale lifts up away from the ground, but the back of the body stays firmly rooted down. See if you can lengthen the inhale so that it opens into the belly, then the ribs, then the chest. And then on your next exhale, pull the navel down toward the ground. Keep pulling, tightening those abdominal muscles, going till you're empty of breath. Then hold those muscles, hold the belly in, taking the next inhale. On the next exhale, pull in even more, empty even more completely. And then on your next inhale, relax your belly and breathe into the fullness of your body. Exhale, contract the belly, pull the navel down, tighten those abdominal muscles, squeeze all the air out, hold the belly in as you take your second inhale. Squeeze the belly in, push all the air out on your second exhale. And then repeat, relaxing the belly, full body breath. Contracting, continued exhale. Holding tight as you inhale. Tightening even more as you exhale. You can continue like that or place your hands behind your head, saying full in breath. And then on the exhale, if you're wanting to, you can lift, keeping the elbows out to the side, continuing to contract the abdominal muscles. Holding the contraction as you inhale So it's the same breath, just with the lift. Exhale, maybe lifting a little higher. Inhale is a release. That means if you're lifted, you come down. If you're choosing the first variation, just stay as you are. If you're in the lifted version, keep the elbows out to the side. Last one, whichever one you're already in, just complete that. If your hands were behind your head, release them. Just breathe deeply in and out, relaxing the belly. Then place your right ankle onto your left knee. Clasp your hands behind the back of your left leg. Keeping your left foot at the height of the left knee, flex both feet. Breathing in deeply. Exhale, press your left foot toward your right foot. Really take your time with your inhale. Try to create space with your breath. And then on the exhale, maybe as you relax, the body can move into that newly created space. Keep chin down toward the chest, the neck long. Release the hands. Send the left leg straight out, hovering. Keeping the right foot on the leg so that it takes extra muscle to hold that leg because you're also supporting the weight of the other leg. If that's too much, just release the leg down. Good. And relax the left leg down. Bring your right hand onto your right thigh and just press, moving the thigh in the direction of the knee. And release that right hand. Bring the right foot to the ground. And bring the left ankle on top of the right knee. Reach inside the triangle that your legs create to place your hands behind the back of your right leg. Lift your right foot to the height of the knee. Draw your chin toward your chest. Flex both feet. Inhale deep. Exhale, push the right foot toward the left foot. If you can close the eyes and feel the experience of the breath on the inside of the posture, that may help you recognize where there's more space for breath to fill in. Exhale slowly, relaxing into the exhale. Release your hands, straighten your right leg, hovering it above the ground. Keeping your left leg resting there, or bringing it to the ground if that's too hard. And release the foot down. Left hand comes to the left thigh, and then just press toward the knee. Lengthening and opening the hip. Breathing into the opening. Okay, now release the hand, bring both hands behind the back of your head. Keep your left foot where it is. Bend your right knee again. And we're going to crunch in this position. So I'm going to give you two options. One is you inhale here, and you exhale and lift. The other one, which targets the lower abdominals a little bit more, is a two-phase lift. So you still inhale down, then you exhale, lift, lift. So first lifting the bottom, then lifting the top. Okay, join me. Last one on this side. And then change sides, keeping the rhythm of your breath flowing. Last one. And release the hands. Release the legs straight out. And reach the arms overhead. Stretch long. Feel those belly muscles stretching open. And breathe into the belly. And then hug the knees. We're going to try to rock all the way up to standing without using our hands. So getting enough momentum, planting the feet, maybe a little wider than hip width apart, And come all the way up to standing. Good. So we're going to do the 6 movements of the spine, and we'll do it standing, starting with our twist. So bring the feet a little wider than hip width apart, just for more stability. The breath is going to be a more rapid breath, and we're just going to inhale to one side, exhale to the other side. Keep going. Looking past the hand that swings behind you. And finish. Step together. Close the eyes. Just notice what you feel. Okay. Now we're gonna do the length of the spine. So we're gonna go up and down. Actually, maybe before we do that, let's warm up the neck a little bit. So clasp the hands behind the back of your head. Elbows out to the side. Inhale, elbows back, look up. Exhale, elbows down, drop the chin. Last one. And release the hands. Now, we're going to bring the arms up, but keep the palms facing forward. Drop the head back. And then on the exhale, you can fold with straight legs or bend the knees. If you bend the knees, I like to swing the arms past the thighs. And if you're doing straight legs, I like to just bring the arms down. Okay, so it's going to be rapid. We've done this before. Let's do it again. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Breathe. Don't forget to look back behind you. Almost done. And release. Arms down. Close the eyes. Feel the body. And then step the legs wide apart. The toes can be wider than the heels. See what feels most supportive to your stance so that you don't lose balance. We're going to go side to side and start by lifting the arms up. Exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. Last one. And release the arms down, step the legs together, close the eyes. Feel the sensations. Okay. Now we'll spend a little more time in each of the movements of the spine. Feet are hip width apart, facing forward. Arms lift up, palms face forward. Lift your gaze. Send your fingers back, your gaze back. And then as if a hook were coming down from the sky, hooking into the center of your chest, lift there. So we're not looking to do a big back bend here in the lower back. You want to keep the lower back straight or with the natural curve. And then just lift the heart and send the arms and head back. Deep breath. Really root down through your feet to help lift the chest. Release, come forward. Straight legs. Scoop the belly in and up. Let your exhale relax the upper body over the legs. Exhale all the air out. That space between the belly button and the pubic bone draws back toward the spine. Feel the breath flowing in long and deep and out slow and complete. And then soften your knees to roll up. Reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, arms down. Now step the right foot in front of the left foot so that they're in straight line. Inhale, reach the arms up. Take the index fingers up, steeple mudra. Open the eyes, bring your gaze to the ground, and then drop your body to the left. Most likely your gaze needs to be off to the right to hold your balance. Keep working with the gaze till you find a place that helps you stabilize. Then come up and release. Other side. Left foot in front of right. Inhale, arms up, steeple mudra, index fingers lifted. Gaze down at the ground. Hips to the left, torso to the right. Eyes somewhere down and to the left. Keep sinking. Adjusting the eyes. And up. And release back to standing. Close the eyes a moment. Good. Now, step the left foot back. Having a nice, maybe 2 feet or so in between the feet. Not so long that the back heel has to lift off the ground. Have the hips facing forward. Inhale the arms out to the side. Exhale, turn to the right. Squeeze the inner thighs toward each other. See if you can look back at your right hand. Inhale, reach out of both arms. Exhale, pull the belly in, twist. Inner thighs squeezing toward each other. Good. Now bring just your gaze forward, nothing else changes. Take a breath. We're going to bring that left hand down. If it can come to the floor, bring it to the floor. Right arm is up. If it comes to the floor, see if maybe it can cross over to the pinky side of the foot. Maybe the hand rests on the shin or on the foot. Doesn't matter. Try to keep the leg straight and place the hand wherever it goes. And then take your gaze up to your right thumb. Keep the spine long so that there's space to move into the twist. Keep the breath long so there's a sense of relaxation even in the midst of the challenge. Good. And now we'll take it into a balance. So just move your left hand forward, maybe bringing it to 10 o'clock of your foot. Shift your weight into your front foot and your front hand and lift your back leg up. Try to get it parallel to the ground. And then twist and see if you can look up at your right hand. Engage your legs. Straightening and strengthening the back leg actually makes it easier. Breathing deeply always makes it easier. Good. And then we'll bring the hand down. Step your back foot back, coming into a runner's lunge. And then lift your hands up onto your knee. Drop your hips down. Straighten your back leg. Lift your back thigh. Tuck your tailbone. Aim it forward. And then we'll take the Venus lock. Thumbs interlace. The rest of the hand is spread open. Lifting the arms up. Pressing the back heel back. The tailbone under. Pull the hands apart. Release the hands, clasp them behind your back. Notice which thumb is on the outside. Roll the shoulders back, and then lay your torso forward. Take your gaze down. Lift your clasped hands up. Maybe you can look at your back foot. Maybe you can sink your hips down low. Maybe you can lift your fists higher. Maybe the heels of the hands can come together. And release the hands to the ground. Step the back foot forward. And roll yourself up. Reach up. Exhale down. Close the eyes. Feel the breath. If you notice that the still points are an opportunity to catch your breath and slow your breath down, that means that while we're doing the more challenging stuff, you're not maintaining your slow, steady breath. So maybe on this side, you can focus on keeping the breath smooth and even and calm. And that's actually going to help you in the postures and help you not get stressed. We're not doing yoga to stress ourselves. We're training the body how to stay calm in challenging situations. So if you're just surrendering to the challenge and letting go of your breath, letting go of your mindfulness, you're not actually benefiting yourself. So focus on the breathing, steady, slow, rhythmic breath with the mind watching the breath. Okay, step the right foot back. Again, back 2 feet or however far back you can go without having to lift the back heel. Take the arms out to the side, inhale. Exhale, turn to the left. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Exhale the belly in, rotating, eyes back to the left hand. Inhaling, arms reaching to help open that breath. Relax into the exhale. Turning deeper into the pose doesn't come from force, it comes from relaxing. Good. Turn your gaze to the front hand, down to the ground. And again, we'll fold, bringing the hand to the shin, to the foot, to the floor, on the big toe side, or maybe crossing over to the little toe side if you have more give. Reaching up with that left hand, and if you can, take your gaze up. Revolve triangle. Inhale all the way. Exhale all the way. Okay, take your gaze down. Everything else stays the same. And then bring the hand to the ground. If you need to bend your knee to do that, that's fine. Have the hand at about 2 o'clock of the foot. So both in front and off to the side. And then shift weight into the front foot, into the front hand, and lift your back leg. Straighten the leg, activate the leg, and if you can, rotate your gaze up to your left hand. And bring the hand down, bend the front knee deeply, step the back foot all the way back, coming into a runner's lunge. Drop the hips, bring the hands onto the knee. Drop the hips even more, and really straighten the leg, feeling that right thigh lifting further away from the ground. So when we lift the thigh, see if we can lift the thigh, but not come up higher. Stay low and just lift the thigh, pressing back through the heel. Now lock your thumbs the awkward way. Lift the arms. Tuck the tailbone, bring it forward. Pull the hands apart. Steady your breath. Release the hands, interlace them behind your back with the opposite thumb on the outside. Roll the shoulders back and hinge forward. Lifting the arms, sinking the hips, maybe gazing at your back foot, folding the shoulder blades in, maybe touching the heels of the hands together. Slow, steady breath. And release the hands down, step the back foot forward. Soft knees, roll yourself up. Reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale the arms down. Close the eyes. Take a moment. And then start to shift your weight into your left foot. Open the eyes. Find your gaze point. Stand tall. And let's lift the left arm up, getting even taller as we do. Turn the right palm to face out away from you to the right. And then Lift your right foot and place it in your palm. So see how my palm is still facing the same way, just holding the foot. And then bring the knees together. Press down into your standing leg. Reach up through your left pinky. And then kick your foot back. Don't hinge forward. Keep your chest lifted. Keep your pinky lifted. Keep your breath steady. Good. Now don't touch down. Just bring the knee forward. So again, working with the movement of the spine. First arching it, now rounding it. Tucking the tailbone. If you can and if you want, you can even lower your gaze and bring your forehead toward your knee, scooping your belly in. And release. Close the eyes. Feel your feet on the ground. Sink down into the right leg. Reach up through the right arm and feel the body long. Feel the breath long. Turn the left palm out away from you. Lock your gaze on one spot. And then lift your left foot onto your left hand. Bring the knees together. Rolling that left shoulder back. Inhale, reach up through the right hand. And kick back. Kick the foot into the hand without hinging forward. Keeping the chest lifted. Keeping that right pinky reaching. Steady breath. Steady gaze. Don't touch down. Just bring the knee the other way. Hands come around the knee. Draw the knee in. Pull the belly in. Tuck the tailbone under. Stay like this or take the gaze to the floor and bring your forehead toward your knee. Go slowly, one breath at a time. And release. Close the eyes. And then just shake the body, shaking out any residual feeling of stress, effort. Just letting it all go. It's nice sometimes to breathe out of the mouth. Good. And come to stillness. And come down onto the knees. Set the right leg out to the side, staying on the knees. Right hand is on the right leg. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, reach across. Take your gaze up. Reach out of your fingers as you inhale. Slide down your leg as you exhale. Chin toward the armpit. Inhale up. Exhale, left hand finds the left heel. If it doesn't find the heel, curl the toes under. If it still doesn't find the heel, just bring the hand onto the hip, that's fine. Try to keep your right leg straight and lift your right arm up and drop your head back. Collarbones spreading wide at the height of the inhale. Good. Take your gaze down, bring your hands down, step that leg forward. One hand on either side. Inhale, look up. Exhale and fold. If the hands are touching the ground, bend the elbows. If the hands are touching the ground, become lighter in the hands so that you're not holding yourself up and instead letting gravity drop you forward. Keep the front foot flexed. Draw the lower belly in. Breathe into the back body. Go wherever you feel in the breath. Good. Lift your head, bend your front knee. Lift up onto the knee. And inhale the left arm up. Exhale. Twist and bring the elbow over to the outer right leg. Bring the right hand on top of the left hand. Elbow up. Look up. Deep breath in. Exhale. Push down with the right hand. Turning the ribs. Big deep breath. Almost so deep that you feel the breath unraveling the twist. And then as you exhale, sinking into it even more. Without touching down, come back to center. Then bring the hands down. Curl the back toes. Lift the back knee. And step back into downward dog. Press forward with the fingers. Back with the thighs. And release down through the chest and head. Press the heels to the floor. Roll the shoulders down your back. Good, and then bring the knees down. Walk the hands in, step the left foot out. Then lift your body up. Left hand on the left leg. Try to keep that leg straight if you can. Right arm up, inhale. Exhale, send it over. Gazing up, if that's okay for your neck, otherwise, gazing down. Reaching as you inhale, sinking as you exhale. Just relaxing with the exhale. Long, slow breath is bound to be relaxing on the exhale if you let it. Good. Inhale, lift the arm up. And exhale, bring the hand to the back heel. Curl the toes under to make the heel higher if you need. Or just take the hip, leaning back, letting your weight come into that hand. And then taking the left arm up, dropping the head back. Straightening the leg if you can. Lift the head, bring the arms to the ground, and swing your left leg forward, and bring one hand on either side of the leg. Flex your foot, inhale, look up, exhale, fold forward, bending the elbows, drawing the belly in, releasing the head, softening the touch on the ground. Just barely touching for balance. If you're unable to touch, then you're really challenging your balance. Maybe it's good to keep some blocks or just like soup cans is fine. Lift your head, bend your front knee, coming into a lunge. Hands come to the knee. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, hook the elbow over. Bring the left hand on top of the right. Look behind you, past your left elbow. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, press the left hand down, 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 down. Keep twisting those ribs to the left. Deep breath. And come back without touching down. Then touch down. Curl the back toes under and step back into downward dog. Just to straighten out the spine again. Pushing forward with the hands, sending the sit bones back. And then bring the knees down. Cross the ankles, sit behind the feet. And come onto your back. Lift the tailbone, tuck it under. Release the legs, shake them out. If you have an eye pillow, you can place that on your eyes now, or maybe just a towel or a piece of clothing handy. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhaling out of the mouth, releasing the entire body into the ground. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the jaw. Lips slightly apart. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the activity of the mind. And releasing the breath. Allowing the breath to just happen. However it comes is fine. And try to still your mind by resting your attention in the feel of the breath. Notice if you're controlling the breath and let that go. Notice if you're holding on anywhere in your body and let that go. Notice if the mind wanders into thought and let that go. Coming back to the breath. Deeply relaxed. Letting go. Letting go. Letting everything go. Breathe into your heart, the fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead, take a deep breath, stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest and rock side to side, feeling the ground massaging your back. And then come center, rub hand to hand, then foot to foot, waking up the body again. And then roll onto one side, resting your head on your underside arm, resting your body on the ground. Noticing how you feel. What are you grateful for in this moment? Slowly come up to sitting, any way that you're comfortable. Letting the sit bones sink into the earth, the head lift up to the sky. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, the hands together. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relaxing. Inhale deeply, filling up from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. chin to the chest. Namaste.